Bambies, Kaleidow here, and today we are creating 2 White Walkers from Game of Thrones in The Sims 4. So this is gonna be fun as there are 2 totally different descriptions of what a White Walker looks like. From the books, they sound like ethereal, beautiful creatures, but as you guys, if you've watched Game of Thrones, would know, they look very creepy, wrinkly, and as you can see on the screen right now, just plain old weird. Like, it is weird how they look, and making one look happy in this was so funny. I found this really cool custom content, like skin tone, which just made it look really freaky deaky. Oh my gosh. And I'll put that link down below for you guys, of course, but man, I just can't. Just looking at it now, why did I even try? So we are going to be doing both versions today, going to be doing female and male. So the female one, I'm more basing it off the story of the Night's King and the Night's Queen. That's actually the names that I give this pair. So first up, we're creating the Night's Queen, and she's supposed to be sort of like the snow or ice queen, sort of, you know, from the story, the Snow Queen. Is it called the Snow Queen? It was one of those ones that I remember from when I was a kid, where the Snow Queen would come into town and she would take any of the children if they were out on the streets. I was imagining that tale while I was creating this. Also, you could think of like Narnia, the Snow Queen. I can't remember what she was called in Narnia, but yes. Those were sort of my inspirations, but also the description was that she has bright blue eyes. So for a while at the beginning here, she has silver eyes, but then I recall a bit later on, oh yeah, she's meant to have blue eyes. Why does she not have blue eyes? So we do change that up, but she has very icy, kind of bluish skin tone, which I think kind of more matches the description in the books anyways. They did change up some things like that in the TV series. They have changed quite a lot, honestly, but this is one thing that I kind of wish they didn't change, because you know, what happened was, I can't recall exactly who it was, but one of the Brothers of the Night's Watch went out, one of the important ones. I'm so bad at remembering things, guys. But one of them went out and they saw this very cold-looking woman in the haunted forest, and they fell in love, ended up getting married, I think, and they went back to the castle keep and the wall or whatever, and they ruled for 13 years or so together. And then one of the Starks actually defeated them, took back the castle keep, and yeah, probably got all of that information wrong. But basically there's like kind of an old lore to it all, and I just think it's really intriguing to see that a normal human being would have fallen in love with a White Walker. So originally they're supposed to be kind of beautiful in a strange way. I don't think they're meant to look undead. They can control the dead, that's for sure. So the zombie-like things that we see in Game of Thrones are called wights, and they like WIGHTS, not normal White Walkers. And they are reanimated through magic. So they are not actually zombies. Well, I guess they are, but it's more of a magical thing. So think the White Walkers as these like, kind of like elves, like dark elves. They have magic which can raise the dead. So that's very intriguing and very scary for me, because I really hate anything dead or zombie-like in any sense. So I always have to close my eyes and look away in those parts of Game of Thrones. I just can't handle it. But how cool would have it been to just see like an elvish version of the White Walkers? I think that would have been much better. But yeah, so now I'm starting to change up the way that the Night's Queen is looking. I decided, well, I don't want to go with the ice dress. I did download that, but after a while, I kind of didn't really like it. It looked tacky, you know? So I wanted to change it up and make her actually look like a human. And maybe she doesn't feel the cold like normal human beings, but I think it would make more sense for her to be wearing a cloak and all of that jazz. I also tried to make her facial features look very rigid, but also prominent. So she has a very straight jaw and chin, like it kind of goes into a point almost. Her nose is very strong. Her eyes are kind of enlarged in that brilliant blue. And her eyebrows are also quite interesting. Also, just sort of trying to remember off the top of my head, there was a quote, something about like, I think it did talk about something being like they performed dark magic as dark as their cloaks or something like that. I probably have that totally wrong. But that kind of gave a nuance of them, you know, wearing normal clothing as what everyone else up in the north would be wearing. So that's also why I wanted to change up their clothing and make it look more like they're trying to keep warm, but not necessarily as rugged up as normal people would be, like normal human beings. So I'm really happy with how the Night's Queen ended up looking. She's so gorgeous and just looks so much like the Ice Queen, what I would represent her looking like. So now I'm making the Night's King, and this is not inspired much at all by the one in the TV show besides the skin overlay. So he's sort of the second version of what the White Walkers look like, and I didn't really have that much fun making him. Well, I did have a bit of a giggle here and there because he looks pretty ridiculous when the Sims character starts just smiling and talking, because, you know, like in the TV show, they don't really open their mouth or communicate or anything like that. They kind of just look mute and very stern indeed. And I made his nose look really small, so I decided instead of trying to make him look good as a normal human being, I'll just go with the skin and kind of try to mold him to fit that. I really like the dark hair on him too. I think it really matches the skin. I don't think they have any hair in the TV show. I think they just have like icicles. They're more like ice beings in the show, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if they even considered making them look more elvish. Like there, I was trying to test like which one did I like more, and I don't know. I think it's kind of cool that I ended up having both sides of both worlds, and it was fun also trying to figure out what they would wear to like a party and stuff. And I gave them some funny outfits too, like their athletic wear and their sleepwear and stuff. Just that backwards cap on the White Walker just looks fantastic. I also thought that shoes looked really strange on White Walkers, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit to see them smiling and stuff. So never again. I'm totally deleting this custom content skin tone after this video goes up, because man, it is just creepy. And wonder if like random Sims were just walking around the world wearing that would scare the living daylights out of me. But doesn't the Night's Queen look gorgeous? I really like it. I just called it White Walker's wifey. Ooh la la. Okay guys, I hope you all enjoyed this random little video. I just really wanted to know what it would be like to see it, like to play around with the Night's Queen, what a White Walker as a female would look like, as we've only seen males in the show so far. But yeah guys, I hope you all have a fantastic day. I love you all to bits, and I'll see you all in another video very, very soon. Goodbye!